Good morning, students. I welcome you all back to this online classes of enrichment. Today I will solve some more questions related to relations and functions. So this is my first question for today. Please read the question carefully and let us solve it. The question is, here we are having, considering only the principal values of inverse functions, the set A, which is x greater than equal to 0, and such that tan inverse 2x plus tan inverse 3x equals to pi by 4. So let me try to solve it. The given condition is tan inverse 2x plus tan inverse 3x, it is equal to pi by 4, and I will consider only the principal values. So it is tan inverse, add these to 2x plus 3x divided by 1 minus 2x multiplied by 3x, which is equal to pi by 4. So that is 5x divided by 1 minus 6x square. I will take tan to that side, it will become tan pi by 4, which is equal to 1. So let us do the cross multiplication. 1 minus 6x square, it is equal to 5x, or I get 6x square plus 5x minus 1 equals to 0. Now here I get x value to be minus 5 plus minus root over 5 square minus 4 into 6 into minus 1 divided by twice into 6. So now let me complete the solution. X equals to minus 5 plus minus root under, this is 25 plus 24 divided by 12, that is minus 5 plus minus 7 divided by 12. So I get two values of x, minus 5 plus 7 by 12, or x equals to minus 5 minus 7 divided by 12. So here I get x equals to, this is 2 by 12, which is 1 by 6, or this is minus 2. Now since I will consider only the principal values and x is greater than equal to 0, so here this value is straightforward rejected. This is not minus 2, this is minus 1, right? So so minus 1 is not acceptable value because x is greater than or equal to 1. So here I get simply x equals to 1 by 6. So that means A contains only one element, that is 1 by 6. Now if I put 1 by 6, let me try to check these values. This will be tan inverse 1 by 6. If I put, it will be 1 by 3 plus tan inverse 1 by 2. So let us see this. This is tan inverse 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 1 by 3 multiplied by 1 by 2. So this is tan inverse, this is 5 by 6, again this is 5 by 6, which is equal to tan inverse 1, which is equal to pi by 4. So here this is satisfying, hence the value is 1 by 6, and this option will be correct option because this is a singleton set. Now let us proceed further towards the next question of today. Please have a look at this question. Once again pause this video, you just see it carefully. Next, look at this. This is value of sine inverse 12 by 13 minus sine inverse 3 by 5. So I have to basically find sine inverse 12 by 13 minus sine inverse 3 by 5. So let us recall the value of sine inverse A minus sine inverse B. So this is 12 by 13 under root 1 minus 3 by 5 whole square minus 3 by 5 under root 1 minus 12 by 13 whole square. Okay, so it is equal to sine inverse, this is 12 by 13 multiplied by, this is again 4 by 5 minus 3 by 5 multiplied by, this is again 5 by 13. So this is sine inverse, this is 48 by 65 minus 15 divided by 65. So this is equal to sine inverse, if I take 65 LCM, 48 minus 15, this is 3, and this is also 3, so 33 divided by 65. Now let me check which options are correct. I am getting directly here 33 by 65. look at this. Here first option is pi minus cos inverse 33 by 65. So if I examine this value, actually pi minus, remember pi minus cos inverse x, it is nothing but cos inverse minus of x. So here this value is actually equal to cos inverse minus 33 by 65. So this value is not accepted. Now let me talk about this pi minus sine inverse 63 divided by 65. So as you know, sine theta is also equal to sine of pi minus theta. So you take the inverse of each other. Sine inverse theta is also equal to pi minus sine inverse theta. So on this logic, this sine inverse 33 by 65 can also be written as pi minus sine inverse 63 divided by 65, because I will confine the value within this range. And since these values pi by 2 minus cos inverse will give sine inverse directly, this is nothing but sine inverse 9 by 65, which is not correct. Similarly, this is nothing but cos inverse, this is 56 divided by 65. So this is also not correct. So the correct option is pi minus sine inverse 63 divided by 65, right? So let me check the third one. Here you see the question is all x satisfying the inequality cot inverse x whole square minus 7 cot inverse x plus 10 is greater than 0. This is very important. So our equation is cot inverse x whole square minus 7 times cot inverse x plus 10 is greater than 0. So first I will let your cot inverse x be equal to t. So I get here t square minus 7 times t plus 10 is greater than 0. So let us see this. T square minus, this is 5t minus 2t plus 10 greater than 0. So if I take t common, it will be t minus 5 minus 2 common, t minus 5 is greater than 0. So at last I am getting t minus 2 whole into t minus 5 is greater than 0. So now you see you are getting two conditions and they are positive. So the condition is either both are positive or both are negative. So here there are two cases arises, both are positive or both are negative. Number one, it will be t minus 2 greater than 0 and t minus 5 is also greater than 0. That means t is greater than 2 and t is greater than 5. So t is cot inverse x greater than 2 and this one is cot inverse x is greater than 5. Now remember your cot is a decreasing function. So that is why if I change the inequality of cot, then I have to change the side of cot, then I have to change the inequality also. So x will be here less than cot 2 and here x will be less than cot 5. Okay, now let's proceed further. Your case 2 or case 2 goes like this. This will be t minus 2 less than 0 and t minus 2 less than 5. So here t less than 0 and t less than, sorry, here it is 5 and it is 0, t less than 5. So here t less than 2 and t less than 5. So t is nothing but cot inverse x less than 2 and this is cot inverse x less than 5. So here if I change x is greater than cot 2 and x is also greater than cot 5. Okay, so now let's draw the number line. Look at the first condition. I am having this one cot 2, sorry, first it will be cot 5, then it will be cot 2 because it is a decreasing function. This is minus infinity and this is plus infinity. From this I am getting less than cot 2, that means this region I am getting, also this region. So from this the solution will be minus infinity to cot 5. Then in the second case, greater than chord 2 this region and greater than chord 5 like this. So here this is the common region in this side, so it will be union chord 2 to infinity. So this is the final answer. Let us examine the inequalities or given in the answer. A, it is not correct. B also not correct. So A not correct, B not correct, but C is correct option. So correct option is C. So this type of questions are generally asked in related to inverse trigonometric functions. You also pause this video for some time and watch it carefully. Next, this is the question which I have collected. Here f of x is log sin x and base is e. X is less than pi and greater than 0. G of x, it is sin inverse e to the power minus x. Now a equals to f of g dash alpha. Let me explain what is this. This dash means this is nothing but the concept of derivative. This is nothing but derivative of this one, f of g of alpha. So f of g alpha I will take, and this is actually first I will take the derivative of outside f dash over g, then it is as a whole, then I will multiply the same thing with g dash. So let us see this option, and b equals to a is this one and b equals to f of g of alpha. So now let me see. Let us find f of g first. So for that, f of g of x let me find. This is nothing but f of g of x. So it is f of sin inverse e to the power minus x, that is equal to log sin, in place of x I will be writing sin inverse e to the power minus x. Now you can see sin and sin inverse are close together, hence they will get cancelled, and at last I will get this value as log e to the power minus x, and the value is nothing but minus x. This is the value of f of g of x. So here, and b equals to f of g of alpha. So f of g of alpha will be equal to nothing but minus alpha. So now this is equal to b. So my b equals to minus alpha. Now let us find what is a. A is nothing but f of g whole dash alpha. Now let me find f of g whole dash. This is f of g of x. So f of g whole dash x, it will be minus 1. So this is nothing but minus 1. So here at last I am getting a equals to minus n 1 and b equals to minus alpha. Now let me examine the examples, which one will be correct one. So for that, number 1 I will be testing for a alpha square plus b alpha minus a. In place of a I will put minus 1, and alpha square is nothing but minus b whole square plus b into this is minus b, and minus this one will be minus 1 a. So here this is b square minus b square plus 1, and this is equal to 1. So this is not the correct option, because I have to find this one to be 2 alpha square it is given. So and b, let me test b. A alpha square minus b times alpha minus a equals to 0. So a, in place of alpha I will write minus 1 whole square minus b into alpha is minus 1 minus a is minus 1. So let us test it. This is a plus b plus 1. I am getting no clue over here. A equals to minus 1, this is equal to b only. So I am not getting anything, so this is also not the correct option. So similarly, you test option C and option D by putting A equals to minus 1 and B equals to minus alpha. So this question is left to you. Now I would like to suggest you solve so many questions. This is the part 2 of this first lesson. Solve many questions from NCERT exemplar as well as the study material which was provided to you. So your home assignment is solve NCERT exemplar problems, and whatever doubts you are having, just communicate to me. I will solve and respond it to you. Okay, that's all for today, and in the coming class I will solve your doubts. Thank you very much.